So if you've seen my short on the OGL curse, you'll kind of have a basic idea of where we're going with this. But if not, go ahead and check that video out, come back, and you'll know where we're at, and we'll be on the same page. But let's get started with this. The 6-stat method, and as well as the names of them specifically, are predominant. You never hear power used unless you're describing someone who is strong or extremely dexterous or has a lot of magical power. It is always strength or dex. They're always describing using these terms. Well, let's look at an example. There's some card games like Need for Speed, specifically the underground one, where you actually have more stats on a car than you do on a character in a tabletop game. This is a problem, and this is a result of the OGL curse. This has predominantly caused people to accept that the 6-stat method, as well as the 18 skills, is pretty much the way to go. I mean, it's affected movie descriptions, book descriptions. It's similar in video games. I mean, heck, one of the old Star Wars games was completely made under the OGL. So it's definitely affected video games in ways that's kind of far set aside from Dungeons and Dragons. Now, the 18 skills, there's also some problems. Like some skills aren't, like full encompassing, and you don't have certain other things like craft and operate. I bring up a lot as being something that needs to be added in the 5e, and really all you have is tools and the kits. But yeah, that's really all you got. Now, adding these in would completely revolutionize your ability to say, hey, you need a tool or you need this kit. And if you don't have it, you can't do it. But if you do, you can roll a crafting check to beat this certain DC. And if you do, then you have pulled off the crafting or the operating at which you were rolling for. Now, this has also seemed to limit the creativity within the TTRPG community. And what do I mean by that? Right now, we have a lot of cookie-cutter carbon copies of 5e with slight changes. I mean, even look at the system, the newest system, Daggerheart. If I remember correctly, I think that's the name. That's the second system that was released by the Critical Role people. Now, that system basically is just a rewrapping of the same 6 stats. It's not a big change. So there's also the Dungeon Coach, who's decided to remove 2 of the stats, so there's only 4. So you have 2 results. You're either getting carbon copies with a new wrapping, or you're getting people who are just gutting out the problems and not doing anything to fix it. It's almost as if they can't, but I don't think so. You have extremely skilled homebrewers and game designers who are failing to do anything beyond this, and I think that the main advantage I had was I actually thought I was inventing tabletop games because I didn't know this existed. So I was able to look at it from a completely outside perspective, and I think that kept me, free of this OGL curse. Let's see. Most people actually have been convinced to, do third-party content or just homebrew and put it on Drive-Thru RPG or some other website to sell for 5e. Most people don't attempt to make their own system. We have a lot less actual system designers than we have people who can make content for systems. There's a big difference. Someone like me who's making the D20 core system has designed a system for tabletop gaming from the ground up. Anyone else who's making a carbon copy or just gutting stuff is really taking, the frame of a car and building upon it. It's not the same. And it's sad because we need more people to be creating their own systems. We need the innovation that's going to be coming from people. Whether they fail or succeed, new ideas will come up. If you fail, someone's going to notice a way that it could have been done better, and then it's going to improve here, and then this can improve. If we don't have that, and we allow the OGL curse to convince us to stick within the paths we're on, we will never truly revolutionize the tabletop community. The OGL has actually been used to take content. Think about it. If you're only making it for them, and you're not making a third-party book, which where's the legality against him deciding to just take whatever they want? there have been news reports, and I don't remember any specific ones, but people have complained about D&D all of a sudden using something that's extremely similar to what they created on their own, using different artwork, giving it a different name, but it's basically mechanically a carbon copy. Now, this has also helped to keep D&D on top. If everyone's designing for them, and rarely are people ever trying to design a competition, the best things you've got are third-party competition. And they're not really competition if they're making it for 5e. And the OGL fiasco was almost used to destroy third-party creators. This would have been a really, really tragic thing. This could have brought a complete end to any systems kind of like that. There were a lot of families that were like really scared. People were crying because they were like, my entire life has been invested in this. I just put a lot of money down and now it's all gone. I'm not going to be able to get it back. And we're lucky that D&D basically realized they put their foot in their mouth and had to take a step back. And, you know, it worked out. Kind of overreacted and gave us the entire SRD 5.1 in Creative Commons, which, hey, that's how we're going to make our 5e supplement. So go ahead and tune in, check out our D20 core system, subscribe, and follow along. And do come in the comments and tell me what you think of the OGL Curse. What have you noticed about it? How has it affected you personally or any creators that you're watching? Please, I'd love to hear about it. So come on, come talk with us. Heck, find our Discord link in the profile and come join us. Talk VC. Till then. Catch you later.